This video is going to be a little different from the past videos.
You see, today I want to share with you the reasons, or at least one of the reasons, that I personally know that a higher power, as some would call God, or the God Almighty, or whatever kind of name you want to give it, I just want to share with you the reasons I know that God does exist and God is in control. You see, I've been asked a lot of times by friends and family why I don't drink anymore, and like, do I have something against drinking? No. It's just that, you see, my dad was an alcoholic, and even though I don't have many memories of him, the things my mom has told me about him kind of made me not want to be an alcoholic. Because you see, when I was a much younger man, I used to drink with the best of them. I could drink anybody under the table without trying. I drank from sun up to sundown, partied hard on the weekend, you name it, etc. Just like some of you. Eventually there came a time where my mom actually came to me and told me, she's like, man, I don't want to see you turn out like your dad, becoming an alcoholic. Basically, she's let me know she thought I had a problem. So one morning after I woke up from a weekend bender, I remembered something that I had seen on TV. I think I was watching, I can't remember exactly what preacher it was. I don't want to misfactuate anything, but I remember seeing on TV that if you ask the Lord for something, if you ask him to remove something from your life, God will make it so. So that morning I prayed that God would take drinking away from me, or take it out, make me not want alcohol, basically, or basically I asked God to remove alcohol from my system or way of being. And from that point on, every time I have attempted to drink, I suffer some type of consequence. There would be body aches the next day, headaches, stomach aches, something, some kind of ache I would end up going through. I end up dealing with some type of basically punishment. And it only started happening after I prayed to God about removing alcohol from my life. Basically, my drink limit nowadays is probably one beer or maybe a glass or two of some whiskey or something like that. If I abuse it, my body will suffer dramatically. And when I say abuse, I mean 2 beers. If I drink 2 beers, I will have some type of consequence. No doubt about it. Every time. It never fails. So that alone tells me that God is real. And I know a lot of us, or a lot of people these days, are struggling with faith and religion and thinking that God isn't real, and believing all this stuff that people are telling you on TV and etc. People don't go to church no more. And I'm not even an advocate for church. I wouldn't consider myself a so-called holy roller. And I don't mean to be a preacher when I get on here. I'm not trying to sound like I'm on some type of soapbox. But I will tell you that God is definitely real and God is in control. I've had the good Lord show me that in so many different aspects of my life. Sometimes I was stubborn and didn't want to listen to it, but like I said before, I suffered consequences when I try to ignore God's power. And speaking about drinking, there's times I wish I could have a drink, but I'm thankful that I can't, because when I made that prayer, it was way before I got on a workout kick and way before I took my body's health so seriously. But now that I do, and I don't have alcohol to interfere with that, it makes my progress advance so much faster. So I'm very thankful that I don't have the urge to drink. I may have a beer or so every now and again on a special occasion with someone. If someone invites me out for a dinner or something like that. But as far as just waking up wanting to drink, or seeing somebody drinking, me having the urge to drink, not even a thing for me anymore. I really don't care for it. Like I say, because I know I'm going to suffer a consequence if I do drink. My body's going to hurt the next day. I'm going to be in some type of pain, or just feel down and no energy. I just don't like feeling that way. And I'm not talking about hangover. I'm talking about straight up body aches, toothaches, headaches. It just ain't worth it to me. So I say all that to say, look, there's nothing wrong with having a drink with your friends every now and again, or whatever you want to do. I'm just telling you from my perspective, from my experience, that God is real. And as hard as it is to believe, there is a higher power up above us in charge of things. So just as long as you know that, that's all I'm trying to get through in this video. Now, if you know someone dealing with substance abuse, I suggest showing them this video. Maybe they can say their own prayer to the good Lord, and he can remove whatever is ailing them, whether it be drugs, alcohol, whatever, sex addiction, whatever it could be. I truly believe if you pray for it, God will deliver. And you may try to ignore what he's delivered for you, but if you ignore it, eventually you're going to obey, because if you pray for it, be careful what you ask for, because by God, you're going to get it. Besides all that, again, as like I always say before I close off every video, if you know anybody that's dealing with any kind of drug abuse, substance abuse at all, or straight up physical abuse, feel free to reach out to me on any of my platforms off of Facebook, Bear Wolf Natural Fitness, New Age Apparel, Barry Elam Jr. on Facebook. Those are the best places to reach me at. If you can't find me on neither of those platforms, you can possibly get a hold of me on Instagram at BearWolf22. But I also want to remind you, our Bear Wolf Apparel is still going. You can go on our Facebook page and see if you see. We have a lot of new shirts that just dropped, so see if you see anything on there you might like. New Age Apparel, we got shirts on there that just dropped as well. So go on there if you want to, buy a shirt, buy a jacket, buy something if you want to. Check this out at least. Anything you buy would be greatly appreciated. I appreciate your support. I have some of the most supportive friends and family and viewers, so I can't tell you how much me and my family appreciate all your support. My YouTube channel is starting to pick up, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and sharing. I really appreciate it. And as always, I want to remind you that suicide and drug overdoses are two of the #1 killers facing our nation. And there are two things that are not necessary, very avoidable, because both of those things are self-inflicted. And like I touched on before, if you know somebody dealing with that, if you're dealing with that, feel free to reach out to me. What I've done for people is put them on a workout and diet regimen that has seemed to save lives and change lives for the better. Basically, all we're doing is replacing whatever drug you're using with workout to release the dopamine. Either way you look at it, all you're doing is releasing dopamine from your brain to get the high that you're experiencing. So the drugs you're smoking is not really making you feel good. It's the thought of doing the drugs that's what does it. So it's the thought of when you're smoking, inhaling it, the thought from that is releasing the dopamine from your brain, making you feel at ease, making you feel a buzz, whatever it is that you get out of the drug you're using. We're just releasing dopamine is all we're doing. So if you can get excited about working out, or excited about some carpentry work, pottery, painting, a hobby basically, instead of doing something that's killing your body, let's do something that sharpens your mind and enhances your body and your appearance and gives you more self-esteem. Let's build, let's not tear down. So like I said, if you know somebody if you're going through it, or if you know somebody else going through it, help them out. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost any money to help somebody out, and you won't lose any pride or anything if you help yourself. Just don't deal with it alone. Help out here for you. So just remember, helping one person may not change the world, but it may change the world for that one person. So until next time, peeps, I hope you and yours continue to be blessed.